Welcome to the Murabbi podcast.
What's going on, everybody? This is ER with you, welcoming you to another episode of the Murabbi podcast, where I am hopefully encouraging people to become nurturers of souls and not just teachers of curriculum. I am doing a few videos giving shout outs to teachers that had an effect on me, teachers who I think were the best examples of teachers I model and hope to be like, and that had a profound effect on me. And seeing that personally, I only had in high school, I had the same teachers for English and science all 4 years. I had the same teacher for math 2 years, 3 years. Miss Carnes, 3 years. I had the same teacher for social studies and history for 2 years, then another came for 2 years. So I was pretty consistent. I had the same teachers pretty much for my core subjects throughout high school. And the only ones that changed were PE. Actually, did that change? No, it was pretty much Coach Gore the whole time. French, Mr. Barton, Miss Fag for typing and keyboarding. And wow, I'm coming up with a blank. I don't remember the other subjects I took. Health, and I forgot her name is Brewer, I think, for health sciences. That was an awesome class, full of girls. I was like the only dude. And a few years, maybe the 1 year I took band. Anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the teacher that's important. Let's give this teacher her flowers. So I'm going to talk about Miss Jessup, Miss Tammy Jessup. This woman was beyond awesome. She taught me English all 4 years of high school. And I would say that she became a friend. She became somebody who I deeply cared about until today. She's somebody I deeply care about, somebody who had a tremendous impact on who I am as a person. Ms. Jessup was a teacher that really cared. She really cared. Now, we were in a program called the Essential Schools where we were a school away from the school, or a school within a school. So we took our subjects in blocks, in terms. So like rather than having the same class 4 quarters throughout the year, we took one semester to do a class and then another semester to do another class. So really, we were able to take more classes than the average student. But the drawback, which wasn't a drawback in my opinion, was that we stuck with the same teachers the whole time. And that for me was a blessing. Ms. Jessup was somebody who brought a very boring subject, or at least to me at that time, when I initially thought about English in school, as something boring, something dry, something that had nothing to do with me. I did not relate to Shakespeare. I did not relate to any of those things because I felt like this has nothing to do with me and my culture. I don't want to learn about old white dead men. It just did not interest me. However, Miss Jessup had a way of relating those things and bringing out the beauty of those things. And the thing I liked most about the way she taught us was the autonomy that she gave us and the opportunity to be creative. She would give us a lot of inside information that we weren't supposed to know. So for instance, Chaucer's tales, she would hint that those tales were a bit more naughty than we thought. And she would also hint that, as we're reading them, she would explain that, oh, you should go to the dictionary and look at what this word means, because we were kids, and she knows that we will gravitate towards the naughty things. So, rather than somebody accidentally finding it and coming to class and blowing the thing up, she preemptively struck And she would expose us to this. And I really appreciated it because it told me that she wanted us to have an appreciation of these things. Romeo and Juliet, was something that I despised. I couldn't stand that stuff. But she, really pushed for us to try to understand that old archaic English and then try to, turn it into what we would say today and try to understand how the story would be relevant today. She really did a good job of, and that's for me personally, maybe for the other students, I don't know, but this is how I felt personally, that she made me want to dig deeper into my readings. And I'm a person that already loved reading, and she would really push for us to understand character and setting and these kind of things. And she pushed us to write and to really express yourself. I really enjoyed her classes. Really enjoyed her classes. And for somebody to keep you captivated, for 4 years like this, I say hats off to her because this is the example of what a teacher should be. I remember, there'd be times. Now imagine this. Now I have no idea how old she was at this time. I have no idea. But imagine a kid that's 15 years old. During his break, he wants to go sit and hang out with his English teacher and talk about Edgar Allan Poe, for instance. Imagine the kind of rapport that she built up with a student to make somebody like me want to spend some of my break time to go and sit and talk with her. That sometimes you would sit and just talk about, your day or what's going on in your life. That she was really open to that. For me, those things, you may think them as small, but they were big in my book. Till today, I studied engineering. I'm more of a, mathematical guy, but I have a deep, till now, and I say this is perhaps due to her, I have a strong affinity towards poetry. And till today, some of the poems that she exposed us to are still things that I love to go back and read just for the pleasure of it. I love the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock. I really, really enjoy that poem and digging deep into it and understanding the underlying meanings, the allegories. I still love that. The Raven, the Count of Monte Cristo, and all these. She just introduced us to so many things. The works of Walt Whitman and Robert Browning. I really do appreciate this aspect that she introduced to me. So to you, Miss Jessup, I say I salute you. I thank you, and you've had a profound effect on me. Because of your impact. I've written 2 books of poetry myself so far, and I try to impart on my own students a love for reading and a love for English just because I remember how you made me feel. So to Ms. Jessup, thank you. I love you very much. I appreciate all that you've done for me. I salute you. As usual, folks, I leave you with smile. Stay classy. Have a good day.